Hey guys, what's good? Come on in and welcome to Yepa, Shamanic Practitioner. Welcome to my channel, raising the vibrations across the nation. Come on in. Today we're getting ready to do a very sacred reading here. Hidden Gems, Ancestral Reading. And I'm actually filming this video on the harvest moon today. So, yes, today is full moon in Aries, okay? However, this video is not going to be about the full moon in Aries, but it's going to be very important information that you need to know and be aware of. Again, this is Hidden Gems Ancestral Reading. So this is a collective reading. It's important that you take what you feel resonates and leave what does not, okay? I decided to connect with spirit behind the scenes so that way it doesn't take too much time with me proceeding with the video in the reading in itself, okay? So you do see some cards that sits before me. We're going to talk about this in a moment here, okay? But as I was shuffling for these, we had some jumpers, okay? So I have some cards here, right, of the jumpers. And this information that's going to come out again with all the information. Take what you feel resonates and leave what does not, okay? All right. First and foremost here, we have thank you for the flowers, the ancestors. So if you have recently given your ancestor altar flowers, your offering has been accepted. If you've recently been to the cemetery and taken some flowers to your loved one, they're saying thank you for that, okay? If you have bought flowers for someone else, but the moment you picked up the flowers, you thought about a deceased loved one, they're saying thank you. Because even though those flowers wasn't specifically for that deceased loved one, it is the fact that you thought of them when you picked it up. So that's a thank you for someone, okay? This is confirming something. So thank you for the flowers here. For others, I'm hearing like, whomever this person is, you recently praised them. Like, you recently talked about them in a way that was very uplifting. You know, you gave them credit where credit is due. Whomever that ancestor is for you, they're saying thank you for the flowers. Okay? So take that literally and metaphorically. Now, the next message, we have paternal force. So for some of you, this could be a father figure. All right? For others, this could be a family member that is on the father side of your family in the other realm here, all right? But not limited to, though, the father side of the family, okay? This could also be somebody from your mother's side. But with this paternal force, though, I felt strongly that, you know, the ancestors are extremely present right now. Why? Because the portals are open. Okay, the portals are open. So the bridge to the other side is like a highway right now. Okay, it's a lot of traffic. Okay, so I feel like a lot of ancestral energy is very present at this time. And of course the veil is thin. We got the changes in the cosmos as well. You know, this is the month of Halloween, so everybody has this spooky energy, you know. And then it's the Day of the Dead as well. So a lot is going on right now, okay? We have Hayoki Empath. Some of you are a Hyoka. Hayoki is multiple ways to pronounce that empath. This is a very rare empath. There's many of us. Okay, there's many of us that's here, but we're very rare. Okay, not everybody is a Hayoki empath. There's a lot of people that is an empath. All right, so for some of you that I'm speaking with, I feel like for whom it resonates, you've been told this already, or you know for sure in your heart that you are one. Okay, yes, a Hayoki empath is definitely a healer, but it is a healer who is actually a spirit guide in the flesh. That means that in whatever reincarnation at one point in time, they were actually a spirit guide. They were actually a spirit guide in the heavens. And then they decided to come to 3D and be a spirit guide in the flesh. Okay? These are spiritual teachers. So even though there's a lot of empaths, there is very rare amount of Hayoki empaths. I feel like this came up, number one, to confirm for someone what they've been questioning, all right, to confirm. But I also feel that with the energies at this particular time here in the collective, due to all the changes here, you're very sensitive. All right, your sensitivity levels have heightened. Okay, you're overly stimulated. Okay, you could be easily irritated, easily annoyed, just easily picked up on other people's energies. You know, environments. You're very sensitive right now in the collective here. Okay, so the fact that I'm saying there's a portal open, a lot of ancestral energy is going and coming. Okay, there's traffic with the ancestors. Okay, but not just the ancestors, because when the portal is open, there's many different dimensions that we have. So the roads are open, whether it's the underworld, you know, spirits, or the not so good spirits, the ancestors. They all kind of going in. You know, it's traffic right now. So with all this energy going on, right, the shifts in the cosmos, there definitely needs to be cleansing. Making sure you guys are cleansing yourself, making sure you are cleansing your home during this time frame here as well. Okay. You also have British and Irish ancestry. So for some of you, you have ancestors. You have bloodline of some percentage of British/ancestry, all right, in your DNA. Those ancestors are present during this time frame. Okay. For some of you, these are current ancestors, depending on, you know, your nationality. But for others, these are ancestors from the 1600s, from the 1700s. Okay? Meaning that if you've ever got a Ancestry.com or 23andMe DNA Ancestry Kit, and you may have 1%, 2%, 5%, 10%, they're present during this time frame. For some of you, this British and Irish ancestry is on the father side of your family. That's not going to be for all, but for many of you, it stems from the father side of your family. Okay, whether you know your father or not. The next kind of card that popped out here, it says, just because you forgave them doesn't mean the wound will go away. The ancestors. Okay, so a lot of ancestors are present right now. And paternal force is the masculine. So it could definitely be feminine, right? But it's a lot of the masculinity, right, of the ancestor seems to be present in speaking, okay? So this is for someone. Because it's kind of like somebody has been, you know, talking to their team. And they're saying, like, I forgave this situation. Or I healed from this situation. Why do I still feel this pain? Why am I still feeling it? So I'm your answer. They're bringing forth the answer through me. Okay? And they want you to know that just because you forgave them, it doesn't mean that the wound is going to go away. Some people get misinterpreted. Like, okay, if I forgive this situation, then I ain't going to have to feel what hurt me. But no. That's two different tiers of healing. All right? So for somebody, this is like something that you needed to hear. All right, for somebody, this is a response from a prayer. Okay. The next card that did come out for you guys was Raw Truths. Okay. I do feel that we are in a time right now, especially, I guess, might as well use the full moon in Aries as well, where a lot of raw truths is being exposed, okay? Whether, again, this is truth about other things, truths about yourself, seeing things that maybe you didn't want to see, realizing things that you didn't want to realize, accepting things that you didn't want to accept, you know? We're in those times right now. This could also be another reason why, you know, the masculinity of the ancestral lineages are so present at this time frame as well. To kind of be like that backbone for us. when we are facing certain raw truths. Somebody just cut themselves. I got an open wound here. The next card that came out, and it came out with force and frustration, we got Trinidad. So somebody watching this video could definitely be from Trinidad. Maybe you were born in Trinidad, and maybe if you were born in Trinidad, you've experienced a lot. Maybe you've also experienced some form of abuse. When I saw this Trinidad card, I had a vision of a war pertaining to land. Again, I don't know anything much about Trinidad, but that's something that I was seeing in my third eye here as well. But again, you may have this could be like some pain or hurt that somebody is still dealing with. Maybe somebody got some wounds from Trinidad, okay? Maybe somebody, the lineage saw a lot of rawness in Trinidad. Somebody here is going to connect with this Trinidad. This may just be for one person, and that's okay. But something about Trinidad, and one day soon, Spirit is going to reveal, because the person is going to comment here how this resonates with them. Okay? These are kind of like the bonus messages that came out here, but let's go ahead and dive on into the reading, guys, for your Hidden Gems reading. So at this time frame, there's a lot of ancestral energy here as well, and when the ancestors are present in this frequency, that means that there is portals that is open. And portals are pretty much gateways for spirit to kind of come through. And there's many different dimensions of portals, okay? So that's one of the reasons why many of us at this time are just kind of feeling extremely sensitive right now, energetically here. And which is why cleanses is important, because the portal is very open at this time. So again, spiritual hygiene is very much key at this time. Now for others, okay? Some of you definitely have portals open in your living room. This is not going to be for everyone, and this is nothing to kind of freak out about. But again, hidden gems. This is about ancestral wisdom, ancestral knowledge. Okay. So for some of you, you have portals open in your living room. Okay. Who am I speaking to? If you have a mirror that is on the wall next to a door, okay. There's a portal. If you have a couch that's backed up against a wall, that wall is that portal. If you have a big picture in your living room, that wall is a portal. If you have something in your living room that is the color green or has the color green in it, that area or that wall is the portal. For others, if you have something yellow or something that has yellow in it, that's where the portal is, or somewhere in that area here. Okay, so that's another reason why there is a need to kind of cleanse. Okay, for some of you, maybe this portal was there before you got there, before you moved there. You know what I'm saying? Maybe this portal comes from residual energy. For some of you, maybe you are a practitioner, you do some type of spiritual work, and so of course any spiritual work that you do, a portal is open. For some of you, you've got ancestor altars, that's why that portal is there. So that's kind of like what I'm seeing. But what I'm seeing here is there's a lot of protective energy around you. I want to stress that enough, so nobody gets into fear mode. There's a lot of protection. I guess maybe that's also why, because some of you do have, again, ancestors all the way back, like I said, British and Irish ancestry. For others, this is ancestors from Trinidad, but again, not limited to. So you have protective spirits that's very present and alert. Family, you know what I'm saying? So there is a lot of safety that you have, so there's no need for you to be fearful. But understand that also, like I said, in those portals, there's different dimensions. And so spirits and the ancestors are acknowledging. So not only are the ancestral spirits of His highest white light walking and roaming right now, so is the trickster spirits. Okay? So is the trickster spirits. They're very present here. Okay? And some of these trickster spirits can be tricky, of course. They can kind of show up as a close friend. They can show up as a strong family member. This is why it's very important collective during this time frame. The ancestors is acknowledging. Pay attention to how you feel. You hear that tone that's coming in. That's that a firmness that the ancestors are kind of getting through. I had to do this video 3 times for me to finally push this video out. And it was a sense of urgency. I couldn't rest until this video got out. It felt like the ancestors like, this is something that needs to get out. Okay? So, again, Hayoki empath, all right? So these tricks of spirits here. Like I said, there's nothing for you to fear here. But you do need to trust how you feel during this time. Like, really, I'm standing on this shit. Like, listen to your gut instincts. Listen to your heart. Because your instincts at this particular time, right? Because you are so sensitive. There's pros and cons to being extremely sensitive, right? So the fact that you are extremely sensitive, pay attention to that. Don't try to wait for the proof. This is not the time for that. Okay? Especially when it comes to, like, people that you're around, people that you're questioning, things of that nature here as well. All right? So that's a message here. Now, the reason why this time right now of cleansing is also beneficial as well, especially within your home and with your own energy, because there is a lot of shifts happening right now, is because trickster spirits play tricks. Okay? So even though you have this protective spiritual energy here, right, of your ancestors, your bloodline, trickster spirits can pretend to be a relative. They could pretend to be an ancestor. Okay? How can you really feel like who is a deceased loved one versus a trickster spirit? How you feel? Okay. Now, when a loved one approaches one person, right? A person, you don't normally feel fear. You feel like you're not alone. But not in a creepy, eerie way, but just like a presence. That's how you know you are in the energy of. But if it's a trickster spirit, okay, there is a level of uncomfortability that you're going to feel. All right, so you're going to kind of like know. That's why it's important to cleanse as well, because let's say if you're not in the best of energies, right, and you have a portal in your home, right, trickster spirit comes in, right, you're not going to really be able to know whether or not it's an ancestor or a trickster spirit. Why? Because your energy is already on the lower vibration. Where do trickster spirits come from? Lower vibration. So again, cleansing your aura, cleansing your energy, cleansing your home throughout this time period here. All right. For some reason, even though this is not about the full moon, I feel like I want to use that time frame. Okay. That may scare a few people. It's not meant to scare you. We're talking about what Spirit said. Raw truths. Okay, let's go ahead and move on. Next thing that the ancestors want to talk to the collective about. You must know that you're building structure. You must know that if you had what you felt was structure, and you feel like there was a tower moment, a sudden unexpected shift that kind of came and rumbled up what you felt as foundation, and you feel like maybe it's been knocked over, things have been just changing and changing and changing, things don't look the same in some areas of your life, that is because you are rebuilding. And this time around, that shit strong as hell, so keep going. Whatever you're doing, keep going. Triumph it. Declare it. I decree building, family structure. Okay? That's what's happening right now. That's what many of you guys are on right now. You putting in the work. You're staying focused, even if you're scared, even if you want to give up. You're still putting one step forward each and every day. Know that you are building structure. And even if it's not family, right? Even if you just say, well, I don't have no family, it's just me, Miss V. Let's move the family out. You're building structure. It don't matter. Okay? So be careful with the enemy at this time, trying to get all up in your ear. Try to tell you that, oh, it's never going to happen, or, you know, the Debbie Downer. No, that's that trickster energy. Okay? You will triumph it. Okay? There is triumphant. Many of you have been going through a period of quiet integration. What's quiet integration all about? This normally happens after we go through like some type of experience, right? And in that experience, we have to embrace a wounded part of the psyche. You know, the quiet integration is that seclusion, is that hermit mode, is that like taking a step back and kind of going within. Many of you guys are going through that and have been going through that. Do you know that that quiet integration is what has been helping you to build that family structure and build that structure in your life? Did you know that quiet integration is what's going to bring triumphant in areas of your life? Don't listen to the tricks of spirits. Okay? Tricks of spirit could also be your own ego. You tricking yourself. The fox. Some of you, if you've been seeing foxes a lot, or you've been having conversations or watching things and people have been saying foxes, I'm talking to you for sure. Okay? So just know that this place of, that's what's happening right now. It's just integration. It's kind of like you building the foundation, now you building the rooms. Okay? And it's kind of like the ancestors want you to know, they want you to keep quiet about what you're building at this time. Keep quiet. Okay? Keep quiet. This is that strong energy of like, don't let your left hand know what your right hand is doing until it is done here. Okay? Some of you, I feel like I need to go here. Spirit is showing me X here. Some of you are building structure in your family dynamics based on not doing what you've done before, based on how you were raised and how you were brought up. You changing the game moving forward. You changing the game with how you parent or how you do this or how you do that. You're making changes based off where it has been, where the tradition in the family is, or how mama do it, or how daddy do it, or how sister do it, or fuck it, how the world does it. Let's talk about it. You're in this mindset on how do I say it? You want to focus on building your castle. You know what I'm saying? Building your castle. Your castle. And it's like your ancestors also want to give you your flowers for doing the work, for really kind of diving deep into your own psyche, really dissecting those wounded parts of yourself. You know what I'm saying? Allowing yourself to experience the feeling of the emotion as you dive deep into the water of the wound, of the pain, of the emotion. And how you allowed yourself to be there, to sit there, but also to have the courage to climb back up out of the psyche. And if you're still halfway there in the process of climbing out your psyche, climbing out that wound here, you will triumph it. You will triumph it. For somebody here, your daddy is so proud of you. Okay. Let's go ahead and move on. Let's talk about this next here. That's something I just heard a woman. Strong accent. Okay. Then I saw machete. Okay. Santeria in Trinidad. I don't know if there is a, like, yeah, I'm getting Santeria, Trinidad when it comes to this woman here. It's giving me strong mame water, but it's also giving me strong oya. Okay. Strong oya. All right. There's a female ancestor, okay, that is stepping forth here. She's very adamant on learning your herbs. So if you have been considering to learn more, study, or if you've been already studying here, okay, there is guidance with that. You're not just doing it because you think that you're doing it. It's all serving a purpose, okay? And if you've been contemplating that, again, do it. This is confirmation here. All right? And it's something about the land here. Learning about our herbs is going to be so beneficial for us in the future here. Because we also have a Archangel Metatron that's present here as well. And Archangel Metatron is all about the humanity. You know? There's other things that's connected to Archangel Metatron, but he centers humanity. So it's kind of like I'm seeing her, like, you know, cutting weeds, cutting, you know, I feel like some of you guys have a practitioner that was a conjure worker, that was the root doctor, okay, that was the witch doctor, okay. But again, getting back to that connection here, it's like our ancestors are wanting us to learn about that. Because again, yeah, that vision, she was like chopping. So it's kind of like us growing our own crops. You know what I'm saying? Us growing our own food. Learning what certain things are. Like, that's going to be very important in the future here. See, knowledge will go the long way. All right? So this is confirmation here. All right, confirmation to move forth in action. I'm not, again, you know what I'm saying, everybody that watches this, if this is not something that interests you when it comes to learning herbs, you know, don't worry about it. But if it's something that I said about that message here that resonates with your spirit, this is confirmation to move forth into action. Like, again, these are raw truths. So it's kind of like Archangel Michael and the rest of the spirit team, definitely, they see things way before we can. Okay? Way before we can. Now, again, Archangel Metatron is also someone that seems to be very active at this time as well here. Again, he is the Archangel of humanity, but he also helps us connect with our spiritual power and our potential. So if you really want to tap into your spiritual powers, you really want to tap into, you know, spiritual gifts and the potential of the gifts that you already have and increase, you want to work with Archangel Metatron. Okay? Archangel Metatron is also a mediator, so there could be some Libras that this message is definitely speaking to, okay? Archangel Metatron is the archangel for guidance. He helps with the transformation here as well. So it's kind of like Archangel Michael is acknowledging that, you know, there is definitely some integrations that is happening right now. Like, yeah, there are portals that is open for the deceased, but I feel like we got some other extra portals that don't open up. That I don't even think that if we knew the truth, our own psyche would be able to understand that shit. But for some of you guys, y'all ready. Some of y'all ready here. I ain't gonna get too deep though. Very soon though. Very soon. I ain't gonna get too deep. I be wanting to go there, but yeah, raw truths. Some of you may work with Archangel Metatron, to be honest, but not all of you, but some of you. Archangel Raphael is very present at this time, as well as Archangel Michael is very present also. All right, what else do you want me to see and let them know about? Mary, I heard Mary. Native American. Native American ancestors are definitely present here as well. All right. I'm seeing tribal dancing in my third eye here as well. So some of you definitely have Native American indigenous ancestry here. I'm also strong Blackfoot Indian. All right. In your bloodline. I'm going to go ahead and get a few more here. 2 more cards, I guess, for the collective here. Any final messages here? Any final messages here? Okay. We got increase coming in. Okay. That's what I'm saying. You're going to triumph and keep going. There's increase with the 10 of Cups. Fucking talk about it, okay? Half of you already know. You could feel that shit. You could feel your energy, okay? You could feel something in your spirit here. Regardless of what's present right now, you could feel like something is coming. You could feel that momentum. You can feel that ashe. You can feel that triumphant. Praise that shit in advance. Whatever it is that you've been wanting, praise it as if it's already happened here, because the spirit is really working on your behalf. You've been already putting in the work, building that structure in areas of your life. Okay? So you getting ready to receive that increase. Some of you guys are moving. Your living room going to be big as hell. Okay? Some of you got a big living room. Maybe now, but definitely if for those that is moving here, for those in which it resonates with, y'all really tap the fuck in. Okay? Some of you guys, man, if y'all have the ability to do mediumship or be able to see spirits, there's going to be an increase of that during this time frame as well. Cleansing is the key. It's very, very important here as well. All right, some of you guys going to see an owl in the next 72 hours, whether it's something on the internet, whether it's a literal owl outside. Somebody going to say the word owl in the next 72 hours, and this is confirmation for what I'm saying here as well, okay? If you need some help and assistance with certain raw truths that's being revealed to you again, your ancestry, father side of the family, for those that tapped into their British and Irish ancestry, fuck with their people, okay? For those that's connected to the Trinidad, fuck with your people. You know, when it comes to the archangels, fuck with your people, okay? During this time frame, have that open dialogue here as well, okay? Have that open dialogue. Okay. For the collective here. All right. We got back down memory lane here. So this kind of just lets me know here, many of you are destined to lead. Okay? You're destined to lead. See, there was somebody is connected to a strong leader from Trinidad in their ancestry. Somebody needs to really look into their ancestry, because they got somebody that's in their ancestry that's very powerful here. Okay? But back down memory lane is kind of like going back into that subconscious, you know, diving deep into those wounded parts of your subconscious here. Like I said, that's kind of like what's helping you kind of build further foundations, because you chose to go deep here. You chose to go deep. Okay? But this is something that, again, you're triumphing over. All right? So you're not going to be going back down memory lane once you come out whatever it is that you're going through right now. And one more card here for the collective, and I'm going to close out. Okay. Fake spiritualists here. The ancestors is about to show you the fucking truth. You about to see real spiritualists versus the fake ones. You're going to start noticing it. It's already kind of started to happen, but I feel like it kind of like died down for a moment. You know, there was like earlier part this year was like a pickup. You would see this. You got spiritualists arguing and battling and fighting each other, arguing and shit, and it kind of slowed down. So that energy is about to pick back up as well. So you about to see some truths here, and it's kind of like we're moving into a time now where people are taking spirituality like it's a fucking trend. It is not. That's so disrespectful to the nation. You know what I'm saying? Spirituality is not a trend. It's really not. This is a sacred practice, you know, but people so quick to make a buck off of it, right? But that's just going to stop. It's just going to stop. But the reason that the ancestors are acknowledging, okay, why they want you guys to learn your herbs, learn how to garden, learn how to plant your own crops. With this AI and shit, half of y'all can barely, we can barely sometimes tell the difference with the AI. And the AI is going to get better with time. Okay? And not just with the AI. Let's leave AI out of it. Let's just talk about what we're working with at this point in time. You know, we have a lot of people that's taking spirituality as a trend, and they don't know nothing from Adam and Eve. They really don't. It's just like, I'm going to read this book, or I'm going to listen to this person. I'm going to grab these things and do this. You know, the ancestors, like, those are fake spiritualists. Those are fake spiritualists. And it's going to come a point in time where, because this is a trend, people just going to be doing shit just to make money off of it. And this shit is ineffective. It doesn't work because it's fake. So it's kind of like they're letting you know what I'm saying? Learn how to do it yourself so that you don't get taken advantage of. Okay? Now, again, everybody ain't a fake spiritualist. Okay? That's a raw truth. That's a raw truth. One final card and we'll close out here. You guys, 1900s. So for some of you, this ancestors go all the way back to the 1900s. Okay? Sacred earth knowledge. Period. Bottom of the deck, we got spiritual integration. Somebody got an S. Your first name is an S. Your last name is an S. Okay? Very significant here. This is sacred. This practice is sacred. Look at that. I didn't even see that up under that. That household's energy. Okay? So cleanse. Somebody, you just, I don't know. Oh. Somebody is in an Ifa. I did hear Oya. Saw Oya. I strongly felt like Santeria could be Yoruba. But for somebody, I feel like you already been thinking this. So Spirit is about to confirm something that you've been thinking. If you are a part, this is not going to be for everybody. This is only if you feel this way. All right? If you have questions, then book a reading. But you are, the house that you have is not authentic. When it comes to the Ifa house, you're dealing with the fake spiritualists here. You need to be careful. You need to be careful, and this is a raw truth. These people are just trying to get your money. They've already started to make you feel like family here. But your ancestors is telling you to pay attention. Pay attention. Pay attention. Pay attention. Okay? They're about to reveal something to you that may shock you. But you need to see it. I feel like for whom this may be, money have already been sent. Money has already been sent. So this truth that's going to be revealed to you could hit kind of hard. It could hurt. Because not only did you trust this house, this Baba, this, yeah. Not only did you trust them, you sent your hard-earned money that you have been working very hard for. Okay? But understand that it's something to be learned out of this. You guys be careful out here. Okay? You guys be careful out here. Like I said, not all energies are good energies. We got a lot of tricks of spirits here. The universe is definitely doing the best to try to expose. Okay? But, it takes time exposing all of them, right? A little bit at a time here. During this time frame here, pay attention to your thoughts. Pay attention to your emotions here. Take actions on the things that you need to take action on. Know that you're going to overcome any challenge that you're going through. Know that there is personal growth that is happening here. Some of you guys need to start looking more into holistic things, okay? Your ancestors are strongly thriving on that, okay? All right. For some of you, that's kind of slipped when it comes to doing things on a day-to-day basis, or having a ritual, or having a schedule, a routine where you do certain spiritual practices. It's time for you to get back to them. Incorporate them into your daily life. All right. All right, so I got a lot more to say, but I'm going to go ahead and close off for here, all right? Again, I hope you enjoyed. Hope you took something that resonated with you. If you are interested in your own personal Hidden Gems Ancestral reading, okay? It is available online at spiritualvibrations.org. All the information that you need is in the description box below. So until next time, Ashayo.